Hello. I hope I can say hello again because the previous videos need to have been watched before watching this one. They build on each other. We're going to get more specific in this video about what is going on in the brain with vision and hearing that may cause more serious reading problems that are labeled dyslexia. You may remember from the first video that the language functions of shapes and patterns are found in the right hemisphere, and sounds and phonics are found in the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere is used more by children in the lower grades as they look at the shape of letters, V versus D, shape of words, name versus main, and the arrangement of words, he is at home versus is he at home. As reading advances, at the end of first grade, the left hemisphere takes over for task of phonics, the sounds of letters, the task of meaning and grammar. Reading problems may happen when you don't make the shift to the left hemisphere or you make it too quickly. There are two main subtypes of dyslexia. One is called P-dyslexia, or perceptual dyslexia, and one is called L-dyslexia, or linguistic dyslexia. P-type dyslexics remain sensitive to the shape and arrangement of letters and words using the right hemisphere, and they don't make the shift to the left hemisphere strategies of figuring out words by sound and meaning. L-type dyslexics do not use the right hemisphere strategies of looking at shape and arrangement from the beginning, and they've jumped too quickly to the left hemisphere strategies of figuring out words by sound and meaning. It's fairly easy to determine whether a reader is a P-type or an L-type. Is the reader slow and cautious with hesitations and repetitions, but making few mistakes in spelling? They may substitute for the word rough, R-O-U-G-H, the word R-U-F. Then they're using the right hemisphere and seem to be P-type. Is the reader a fast reader with many errors of omissions and additions? They may substitute funny for laugh, words that don't start with the same letter. Then they're using the L hemisphere more without noting the shapes of letters and words, and they seem to be the L type. Let's look at ways to treat these types. First, have a box or a board with the top solid, but the opposite sides open for hands, so that only the hands and not the eyes are being used. If the reader is a P-type, slow and cautious with few mistakes, present to the right hand plastic letters spelling words with more abstract meanings, such as cold or love, to stimulate the left hemisphere. If the reader is an L-type, fast with few mistakes, present to the left hand plastic letters spelling words with concrete meanings, such as house and bike, to stimulate the right hemisphere. Second, change passages of text from normal reading books. For P types, slow and cautious with few mistakes, have erasures of rhyming words. For example, when the circus comes to town, I love to see the blank, stimulating the left hemisphere with the complexity of sound and meaning. For L types, fast readers with mistakes, use upper and lowercase letters or different sizes and fonts within words. For example, happy birthday with some lowercase, some capitals, stimulating the right hemisphere with perceptual complexity of the words. Third is a step that combines two practices to stimulate the opposite hemisphere. If the reader is the L type, fast with mistakes of omissions and additions, hold the book to the left vision field and ask, does that make sense? Do the letters match what was read? If the reader is the P type, slow and cautious, with few mistakes, hold the book to the right vision field and ask, what do you think is happening? What did the last sentence mean? Since the reader may have a visual attention problem that I will discuss in a later video, you can also do the following. Use frosted or blue clear overlays on books. I just cut up transparent report covers. You can lower the lights on the computer and in the room. I used lamps rather than overhead lights in all my classrooms. All of this may help the eyes work more efficiently if there is a defect there, which I will discuss in a later video. Hopefully through this video, you've been able to identify which hemisphere is being used and how to help remediate problems with that. In the next video, we will go more in depth into what researchers found regarding dyslexia, vision, and reading. I'm so glad you've come and hope to see you next time.